Alright, welcome back people, and let's take a look at the bugs I found in the last video about that funny vignette here. I figured that I had some code doing some stuff with yeah, activating post-processing volume on my character when I was in first person. And actually this may seem unimportant, but let's see how this is actually a nice little thing to go through, because I knew I had this post process and I didn't really know where that was being altered, so I just entered search post, and then I just actually click the first one, and this one says, okay, if I'm in first person view, then I should enable hit react effects. And so I know that this post process is being activated here, and I click that post process, and I just scrolled down and noticed that at some point I'd been playing with a vignette. So now I just disable this one. I kind of want to keep this because maybe I will need it eventually. When I'm now in first person, we don't have this vignette anymore. Still though, we have this funny thing going on with the head, and that's actually also something we need to take care of inside the just camera zoom. Because we added this new state, so the state is standing cover is going to be treated as similar to its crouching cover for now. I think maybe it's something I want to tweak in the long run, but for now it's going to be something like this, which is going to be, well, it's not optimal because I kind of wanted his head to be a little bit further back, so he could, because let's see, in this position kind of, I wanted to be able to peek around the corner and can't really see anything for my shoulder. So that's 2 bugs. What else did we have? Oh yeah, we had this funny thing going on here. And it seems like I already fixed this, because now he's making a nice transition, just docking down, and the same when he's going the other way, he's just gonna get right up and continue that movement. Well, the reason why this was happening, I think I already forgot how I fixed that. Oh yeah, very interesting actually. We have these states going on inside the locomotion, and I just noticed that it happened when I was changing from a standing pose to a crouch pose. So I checked these states if I had something going on, maybe, and I noticed that actually, for example, on the idle, I say, okay, if we are in standing cover, then we can go back. If we're not in standing cover, sorry, anymore, then we can go back to idle run. And that is actually the same we have, not here. Well, it's kind of the same, it's just opposite. So if we are suddenly in crouching cover, and that means that both this state is going to be true and this one is going to be true. So luckily we have something called a priority order, saying that the one with the smallest priority will take precedence, I think it's called. So I altered this one to be 10. So it will prefer the smaller one, which will be this one, which by default has 1. So that fixed that problem. So the last thing we actually want to do before we leave this is actually go and take a look at the distance the character has now to the wall. So if we actually I want to disable that trace because it's kind of getting on my nerves now. Where do I have that trace line? I think it is inside. Facing the wall, maybe this one. None. Go. Yeah, that was 1. Okay, so as you can see here, he is pretty close to the wall when walking in cover, and as soon as we get into the crouching state, he's going to be pretty far away from the wall. So notice that the distance from his pelvis, center of his pelvis, which is going to be, okay, so I still can't point. Okay, anyway, right where his asshole is located, that distance out towards the edge of the collision capsule is about 20 centimeters. So we actually want to put him close to that location. And if we move a little bit to the other side, you will see that I already fixed this one. So this already is fixed. It's just not the right one, and we want to fix that now. And I left that out on purpose because I wanted to show how that is done. And we gonna go to Maya and import the animation, which will be first. Let's take the mirrored one, and let's pick some random bone and make sure we have only the required frames, 76 frames. So this is how he looks, and we want to pick his pelvis bone with his hip, and go to Window Editor, Graph Editor, and take his Translate Y, and we want to adjust this. So click our trusty scaling tool, which is one of the only tools I know in Maya, but I can use it for a lot of stuff. And we let's see, undo. We want to shift him down to maybe minus something close to 10, 20, maybe not exactly, but well, 19 maybe will be okay. So let's leave him there, and we also notice that now his hands are kind of sticking. They're going to be sticking into the wall. So we probably want to go and adjust the rotation on the X. Maybe that's not the rotation, the correct rotation. Nope. Maybe it's a Y. Okay, so something like this, and the Y. Other hand, so it'll be something like this. I'm just gonna assume that this looks okay. So let's export that again and say export crouch idle mirrored. Alright, and bring that into Unreal. Delete the one we have, and take the mirrored one, import, and retarget as usual. So now we have the mirrored copy. So the cover crouch idle mirror we want to get rid of, and then we want to remove the copy from this one, and it's cover crouch right, which are now missing his idle state. So this one, and let's see if that looks better. So when we pick the wrong one, seems should be cover crouch idle mirrored. This one. Okay. So now he is close to the wall, or at least closer than before. Could maybe be a little bit more, but this is gonna work. And the last animation that we want to fix is the moving right, and I'm gonna show a little trick also. I don't know if I've shown this before, can't really remember. Anyway, let's just do it. So I'm gonna not open scene, gonna import and get the sneak crouch sneak right. Okay, so for this we want to make sure also that the hands are not sticking through the wall. So I'm gonna click the cube up here and put in some scale of 200, some 5, and maybe 200 here as well. So it's gonna create an imaginary wall, and we wanna shift. We wanna get rid of this guy for a bit. I'm gonna shift him over, something like 20, 25, something, and that creates a reference point for us. So now we can see he's moving, and we're going to adjust the number of frames to 32, and then we are going to do as we've done several times before, go pick the pelvis and translate the Y a little bit back, 20 units more or less, something like this, and then maybe actually his ass is sticking through the wall. Maybe you don't want to put him back that much. Maybe this is better. I think I'm pretty sure this is okay. I'm just gonna put it at 30. What I'm looking for here is actually just in any if any of his limbs are sticking through that wall. It's just an easier way to check this. So actually it looks like his right arm needs to be rotated a little bit more. So I want to fix that. I think it's this one. Nope. Not that one either. Okay. So something like this. Now it's not sticking through the wall anymore. Okay, so let's click the root and click export selection, and then export again, or the right one, and let's bring him in as the last thing. So import and cover sneak right. Okay, let's find the cover crouch sneak right deleted first, and then take the copy one, just import it and retarget it, and then replace it on the right side. It's gonna crouch sneak right. Gonna dump him here. and see if that looks better now. So I think this is okay. Still moving a little bit. This pose is different. I think that is actually because the animation is different from Mixamo. But anyway, this concludes the tutorial on crouch states. I don't think I'm gonna continue working on this anymore, because I think we have the basic states in place now. One thing I haven't addressed at all yet is what happens if we are carrying a gun in crouched cover state, because that is a complete new set of animations. Because right now, if I get into cover mode with the gun, he's gonna keep his rifle up, and well, he's gonna do that all the time. So although it looks funny, it's not what I want. So obviously it's something I need to take care of, to add a different transition to the wall, and 4 animations, one here and one here and one here and one here, and also 5 new sets of animations for this and this. So it's gonna be a total of 10 new animations that I need to prepare for this if I want to do that. And it's kind of a trivial job, but I wanted to do this because it was a good practice for me to see how would I approach this kind of problem. So with that, I'm gonna end this video, and I hope you liked it. Let me know if you have questions or something you wanna have covered further. Until then, bye bye.